Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Nina's Cookbook. In today's episode, we're traveling to Italy. Why Italy? Because we're going to be making pesto. Pesto is this amazing sauce that's made with herbs and nuts and a hard cheese like Parmesan, some garlic and oil, and it's such a great weapon to have in a smart kitchen. And what do I mean by that? I mean that if your goal is to eat healthy and delicious meals, but you don't want to spend too much of time cooking them, then this is just the sauce that you should have because it gives you a head start in your cooking. Pestos are these flavor bombs, and I really recommend that you have these in your kitchen or in your fridge because it's going to cut your cooking time majorly, and it's going to help you make those healthy and delicious meals that you want to on a regular basis. What the fun part about this episode is going to be that traditionally pesto is made with Italian basil. We're going to make it with some other herbs and greens. We're going to make it with Tulsi, which is the Indian holy basil. We're going to make it with mint or pudina. We're going to make it with curry patta. Yes, curry patta, our very own curry patta. And the last one, we're going to make it out of dhania or cilantro. We're going to make 5 kinds of pestos today, and there's so many more that you can make, but we're just going to make 5. The truth of the matter is that with pestos, I like to use whatever herb and nut combinations I like. So go ahead and be creative and be imaginative in what kind of pesto you want to create and what nuts that you want to pair it with. And do stay till the end of the episode because I'm going to share some ideas of how you can use all of these pestos. So let's get started. So to first make the Italian basil pesto, we've got some Italian basil, we've got Parmesan Reggiano. I've taken some almonds as nuts and some seeds that I had. These are pepitos or the pumpkin seeds, some garlic, salt, pepper, and olive oil. Before I dive into the recipe, I just wanted to point out a really good way to use the cheese that's stuck to the rind of the Parmesan block that you get. This is a great way to use up the cheese in pestos. I use a knife or a vegetable peeler to get to those hard to get ends, and I thought that might be a useful tip that you might want to adopt to use up that cheese that would probably otherwise go waste. And then in goes everything into the blender. Then we're going to blend everything well together and then stop in the middle if you need to stir or add a tad bit of extra oil just to make sure that everything blends well together, and you may have to do this more than once. And there you have it. How easy was that? And what a beautiful color. Your Italian basil pesto is now ready to store in the fridge. Let's move on to the next pesto, and that's going to be a Tulsi one. So what do you do if you have a big bush full of Tulsi or the Indian basil in your backyard? So big that it needs to be trimmed with an electric saw. Make yourself an arrangement to adorn the house and make some delicious Tulsi pesto. The process and ingredients are pretty much the same. The only difference is that the herb this time is Tulsi, and the nuts that I decided to go with are cashew nuts. Now that the Tulsi pesto is ready, let's move on to the next. Mint pesto, one of my absolute favorites. Mint, by the way, is a great herb to grow. It grows like a weed. It just goes wild. You can use it for so many things. And basically, if you once grow it, you will never have to buy it from the store. And then it's the same drill, only the nuts that I'm using this time are walnuts. And yes, we'll just use the leaves and not the stem of the mint. Once all blended, let's move on to the next, curry patta pesto. With the curry patta, the nuts that I decided to use are peanuts. And then you know the drill, so I'm just going to fast forward all of this. By the way, curry patta pesto makes the most delicious bengan aloo, and so much more. We'll make it in one of our upcoming episodes. And lastly, I made Dhania Pesto, where the nuts that I used were cashews, and of course the herb was dhania. Another common one in our house is palak pesto or spinach pesto, and you can try that as well. And now to the recipes that you can make. The possibilities are endless, from pastas to pizzas to salads to putting it in your sandwiches. And most of all, I like to have fun with it in my Indian recipes. Make all kind of subzis like aloo bangan, aloo gobi, put it in your paneer, make paneer tikkas out of it, even make chicken tikkas if you're a non-vegetarian, and eggs. Oh my god, pesto eggs are the bomb. You gotta try them. And best of all, you can use any of the pestos that we made for any of the recipes. That's how versatile it is. So I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed making it for you, and I hope you see the merit in making these pestos and keeping them in your fridge to cut short your cooking time. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I'll see you next time. Take care and bye-bye.